Test-driven development in 3 minutes. What is test-driven development? Let's start by defining what TDD is not. And TDD is not a testing method. We are not testing the software here. That's not the point. This is more about better programming. TDD is not a QA replacement. We are not trying to replace QA with this. QA is very important and provide a much bigger picture for quality. TDD is test before development. What that means? Well, typically, a developer will write the code and then test it. In this case, we are looking to write a test program for a functionality that is expected but does not exist yet, and then we will implement it. TDD is a design technique that helps us with emergent designs. Instead of doing a big upfront design, we work just on what is needed now and refactor our code constantly according to the best practices. These tests are actually examples of what the system should do, but they are also living specifications. That means that they are documents of the functionalities of the system, but as different of the static document that says the system can do this and that. These are documents that you can execute and they will tell you if the functionality is implemented correctly or not. Let's take a look at the Tdd Development Cycle. You will start with a list of requirements. Usually they will be user stories. You will take one of these requirements and the first thing you will do is to write a Tdd test for one of the functionalities of the story. You will not write any implementation for the functionality yet. In other words, there is a test for the functionality, but the system does not provide it. Now you run the test and make it fail. You want to make sure that this functionality is not available and you are moving in baby steps. Also, the code that you are going to write will be testable. Then you will write the most simple possible code to pass the test. We only want to implement what is needed to pass the case of the test. We will not think generic to pass upcoming tests or other cases that may come in the future. And the last step is Refactor, where you look at the solution and see what you can improve or what you can reuse, remove code smells, but without changing the functionality. And next you will think of a new test for another functionality of the same user story, or when you are done with this user story, you can take another requirement to think of another test. You will repeat this cycle over and over, letting the design emerge constantly during the day until you go home. How long you think one of these cycles should take? 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour? The shorter, the best, like just a few minutes. So that means that you are working in very small steps, improving the code constantly. If you want to learn more about TDD or other techniques, please check the links in the description. And please subscribe so you receive notifications about new videos.